Good morning and welcome to the fourth day of the Australian Pétanque Nationals here at NOVAR Gardens, South Australia, the beautiful NOVAR Gardens. This morning on Easter Sunday, happy Easter everybody, we're going to witness the women's gender doubles final. Want to welcome in my co-host Sebastian Rosenberg. Today we've got the two ladies from Bull Artiste, Sue BEGLEY and ARIADNE ERNEST, and from Newcastle and Capital Petanque we have ADELE Smith and ALISON Petersen.
G'day Chris, good morning to you too, Tim behind the keys, and welcome everybody to what should be a very exciting women's doubles Principale final here at NOVAR Gardens. It's a slightly overcast day, but not a breath of wind, and it's perfect conditions really to play pétanque. Interestingly, it is after daylight savings finished. It's just after 8 o'clock here in the morning, and the lights are still on. I don't know how much longer we'll need them for, but it's a lovely morning for pétanque, and looking forward to a very good game.
Yeah, this the magnitude of this game has given us the lead umpire in Peter Beaumont, and we're just waiting for the first whistle to get this game underway. Should be exciting. Both ladies, well, the four ladies, beg your pardon, have done extremely well to get here to the final. Some close quarters and semi-finals, and we're gearing up for a beautiful final here on the fourth day of the Nationals.
And terrific for special mention, I think, for ADELE Smith, who is backing up her appearance in the final of the mixed doubles, where she played with her husband Graham, to now make the final with ALISON here in the gender women's double. So yeah, terrific effort.
Absolutely, congratulations to ADELE. But ALISON also came first in the Conchalant several days ago. So both ladies have done extremely well this Nationals, and yeah, we wish them a lot of luck, and we're just looking for Petanque to be the winner today. We're not backing either side, even though we've got some affiliation with the ladies in the Tropicana t-shirts.
Oh, there's nothing but objectivity here at the comments table.
No, we're just waiting for the official umpire to get things going. There was a lane change with the gender men's semi-final. So they're just relocating that game, and we should be underway soon.
And we'll be bringing you the men's version of this, the Principale final, hopefully later on today. At the moment we can look forward to what should be a very good game. We watched and covered Sue and ARIADNE's semi-final yesterday, where I think it's fair to say they put in a pretty dominant performance. Yeah. In making this final. I think ARIADNE ERNEST in particular was methodical with her shooting and her pointing. She really was the key lead difference perhaps in that game.
Absolutely. Yeah, they really shut out the team of Melissa and Har yesterday. Just like you said, maximum pressure by ARIADNE, but Sue put some good balls in to give them leverage in the game. It'll be interesting this morning, because sometimes teams take a little bit of time to warm up, being early in the morning. So you have to get to 100% straight away. So yeah, it would be interesting to see how they start.
And remembering, of course, that while some games are timed in pétanque to 45 minutes or 60 minutes, as a final, this game is untimed. And so it's being played across two lanes, two pistes or terrains, and it's an untimed game.
Yeah, we just seen Graham come over and give a last pep talk to his wife. He's also in a final of the complémentaire with his partner Nivin. So two Smiths in finals again. Capital Petanque taking over the Nationals.
Yeah, also I should mention a shout out too to Isa Getty, who's in the women's complémentaire final, which has also been played just down the way.
So there goes the horn whistle, and we're underway. The two ladies from Bullartissa have opted for a high elbow instead of a high five, something unique. But we'll be underway here. I think Adele will be throwing the first kosh, and like Sebastian has mentioned, we're playing on the two-piece for the final as usual. And she's chosen to stay on the first piece, about 6.5 meters, directly in front of our table here, and we'll see how they start.
Yeah, it's a short end, it's just over 6. So as we've mentioned previously, when you throw the kosh, it needs to be between 6 and 10 meters, and obviously this one's quite a short one. So Alison to begin, first bull, women's doubles final.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's a cracker.
Nice pointing there by Alison. Dead straight, slight connection with the jack, but still sitting perfect in front there.
Yeah, very good start, and so straight. Can't be straighter than hitting the kosh.
No.
So the kosh moved in, and I would suggest that the length is now probably 7 meters, something like that, based on the number of steps that Sue took from the ring. Sue Begley now, first bull, bull artiste.
Oh, nice pointing. Both ladies so straight, both connection with the jack. Just mentioning that middle blue line is in play either side. Normally, if the jack went over the line, it would be out. But as mentioned, we're playing on two-piece.
And it's not often you see the kosh move twice in two ends, the first two balls.
Absolutely.
Just short. That looks a good bull. That's a good second.
Yeah, nice ball to the side there by Alison. I'm surprised that potentially they didn't take the offensiveness of by taking a shot early. But you know, that it's a tactical.
It is a tactical thing, of course. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see now. This is Adele's first. And they continue to point. Nice shape about it, but just a little long.
Had a bit of right to left about it, and just came past the object ball. It would have been nice for her just to sit on Sue's ball.
So sit on means like it's right next to, touching and next to, because that means that it would be very difficult for it to be shot away.
Oh, nice pointing by Adele.
Another very good point, covering up, and that looks like it holds.
Yeah, very nice pointing. A bull in front is always good in any level of petanque, and the ladies from Bullartissa are just going to confirm that they don't have the point. They've got bulls in hand, so it'd be interesting what tactic they take.
Adele's pointing, I think, has been a highlight of her success in getting to these finals, and she's a very consistent pointer, as well as being a very accomplished shooter. Did well in the shooting competition.
Yeah, she's very good all-round player. Oh, that was unfortunate. She missed Adele's ball and unfortunately took out Sue's ball. So Alison and Adele are holding a few points here, Sebastian. So she's no fear though. She's continuing to shoot with bulls in hand. You can have that option to keep going.
It's 3 bulls to 1 at the moment, and so it's worth trying to change that situation. It seems straight, but just a little short, and again, it's quite likely on this surface in particular that you do get those little kangaroo bounces, and if you're short, the ball will jump over, and that's what happened then.
Yeah, I mean, with shooters, that you need to warm up into the game. You throw a few balls beforehand, but let's see if she gets this one.
So
something I noticed that when she was throwing the ball wasn't coming straight out her fingers, it's coming sort of on a side action. So maybe that's something that she can correct moving forward.
Yeah.
She's put a lot of pressure on her teammate here. Really needs to get in to stop the other ladies from getting a few points. And she's gone long. And Sue's got one more ball.
There's one more ball left. So Sue, of course, only holds a couple in her hand, and so she's left one at the back. And this is the last ball for Ball Artiste in this first end, with Alison and Adele holding 2.
Nice ball by Sue. She's cut a few points there, Sebastian. I think Adele and Alison look like they're holding the 1 point. It's a good ball in front, so we'll see if they can add a further point.
Just going to measure and see if that second point, which was Alison's point, might still count. So pull out the trusty tape measure. So, and then measuring Sue's ball. So it looks like potentially they may hold 2. We'll have to wait confirmation of that, but this is the last ball of the end. It's in Adele's hand, and of course the last thing she would want to do now is to promote the ball that Sue left invitingly in the front of the cosh forward, because it would then be in the position where it was a holding ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with you there, Sebastian, and I think playing safe to that left-hand side might work.
It's coming. Oh, what a superb shot.
Magnificent pointing there by Adele.
And the cosh just moved a little, so it'd be interesting to see how much that shifted things. It's a good start. It's 3 points to 3 points to Alison.
Beautiful pointing there by Adele, and they've got 3 points. A great start to this final.
Terrific start. I think that little nudge on the cosh made all the difference.
Absolutely.
Just to make it clear that the 2 A's were able to score those 3 points.
Yeah, American Airlines. Beautiful pointing by Adele.
Yeah, that was
I would have been hesitant to come in to move the jack, but she had no fear.
No fear. So you can see here that Adele tried to throw the cosh sort of across from the right-hand piste to the left-hand piste and almost succeeded, or just about succeeded, but the cosh sort of moved back by itself onto that little no-go zone, if you like, where the line is, where there's fewer stones.
And there's something to be said that these 2 ladies, I mean, yes, Adele can shoot, that I'm not questioning that, but both ladies are extremely really good pointers, and there's something to be said to outpoint a team, not necessarily needing a gun shooter. If you can point 6 good balls, it's up to the other team to dislodge you and make their game of it. So very accurate pointing by both ladies, and they've set up this final really well with the first 3 points of this end. Not a bad ball there by Sue. If that ball was in front, that would have been perfect. They've just gone a little bit left.
Yeah, just went a bit left. It's a very interesting point you raised too, Chris, about playing to your strengths, and Alison and Adele both very strong pointers, and a slightly smoother surface may be better for them.
Oh, beautiful
like
ball by Sue.
From Sue. And of course, it's very early days and things, but if you think back to the last end where Ariadne had 3 shots and missed, you know, if you start asking questions early of the other shooter, then you're probably putting pressure in the right ways.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is Adele's first shot at shooting, so we'll see how she goes here.
We've got a great view here, right behind Adele, and let's see how straight she is.
Oh, superb!
Very straight, and in French they say "au feu," to the iron, to the ball directly. It wasn't short, and it was a lovely connection, as my co-commentator Chris Boudin often says, and that means that Alison and Adele hold the shot again.
Yeah, beautiful shot by Adele. Oh, nice response there by Sue.
That's superb pointing. I think she's actually trailed the jack there.
She's sitting
beautiful.
from this angle. I think she's sitting on the jack. That's a beautiful pointing.
Yeah. And of course, what that means is that as Adele looks to shoot again, if she makes contact with the bull itself, it's going to also push the coche forward too. And you know, it'll be really interesting to see if she does that and where the coche ends up.
Yeah, there's every chance that the jack could be killed at the other end. Let's see how she goes with this second ball.
Oh, that was a lovely shot.
Yeah, it was, her shot was slightly right. It actually connected with her own ball and then into Sue's ball. And the jack got relocated. Nice shot, opened the door, and they are still holding.
Yeah, no, it was very good. As you say, the end could easily have been killed if the coche had gone over the dead bull line, but in fact, she managed to remove Sue Begley's ball and leave their own as the holding ball. That characteristic lovely loop of Ariadne's.
Yeah, she pointed well in that semi-final yesterday.
Pointed devastatingly, you know, in addition to being such a clinical shooter in that semi.
I think she's gone a little bit long here.
It looks that way from here.
They're just checking.
We might ask Tim on the keys. He's got a suggestion.
Oh,
not sure.
He's gone long.
Yeah,
early.
And Adele
he's
walks back. So that's still the bull artiste to play.
Yeah, just slightly long. She just needs to make a slight adjustment here to her first ball, and should be close. That one's gone long.
Again, it had a beautiful shape on it.
Yeah,
and went right past the coche, but just, what is it, about a metre too long.
She's shaking the head, not happy with her shot. Sue's just trying to indicate where she'd like the ball. And let's see with her third ball if she could just pull it up a little bit more.
That looks like a cracker.
That one's perfect.
Absolutely perfect shot. Shakes her head a little bit just to say, you know,
not happy.
Why? So often it's the third one, isn't it?
The third one's a complicated one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very complicated, yeah.
So Adele and Alison are holding 3 balls, so the option is now to try and shoot that ball. I think that's what Adele's going to do with the third ball. She's 2 from 2. Let's see if she can get this third one. If she does, then they're looking good to make a few points here. So
I guess the only danger here would be if somehow she was slightly to the left and moved the coche, because the 2 balls behind are, of course, Ariadne's.
Oh, beautiful connection by Adele.
Lovely shot. Beautiful shot.
Gives a partner a high five, and both ladies are entering this final with some level of confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I was mentioning to you prior to the stream starting, my prediction was that these ladies would start off strong. There's more pressure on the other team, being high seeded, but these 2 ladies are playing well. Unfortunately, Alison goes wide there.
I think that one is too wide. I think it'll be just the one at the moment to Adele and Alison. And this is the last bull of this second end, remembering that Alison and Adele hold a 3-0 lead. It's 4-0 if you count the ball it's holding now.
Oh, nice pointing by Alison.
Oh, that's
superb.
Straight on the cosh, yeah.
2.
That's
2 points. 2 points. Great start by Adele and Alison in this women's open final in the Principale.
Yeah, it's a good lead, 5-0 after 2 ends.
Like we said to the Sebastian, like Jack controls is a pressure building thing. You control where the cosh goes, and when you're ahead, you're putting pressure on the other team. So the girls are playing really well. Let's see if the Bull Artist ladies can regain the cosh.
Yeah, look, Sue and Ariane have vast experience in playing top-level pétanque nationally and indeed internationally, and this is a long game, so let's see what happens. I would have said that is about 8 meters, something like that, and staying in the same lane, not crossing, which is interesting, and also playing away from the middle line and towards the middle of that second piste, where it's a little bit stonier.
Yeah, they're not going. They're not wanting to go cross court. They're happy with where they're throwing the cosh.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be when you can just, with an insouciant flick of the wrist, just land that right next to the cosh? That looked very much like one of mine.
Well, yes. In theory, it looks like yours.
Apart from it being close and also being thrown by a right hander.
That's right. That's yes. Otherwise, exactly the same. Yeah. Alison is pointing superbly at the moment, and all through the nationals. That's why she's obviously in the final, and beautiful jack high point there.
So Ariane has shot 4 times, I think, for 4 misses, which is unusual, and let's see if she can change that situation here. That was very close, but just offline.
Yeah, look, and that's the thing with the cutthroat nature of shooting is you could be close, but if you miss, your bull's then nowhere near the game. With pointing, at least you can cluster and make it difficult for the opponents to get more points. And
so Ariane's bulls, after shooting, one of them, they're both right near our feet. One of them is out of play and crossing the dead bull line, and the other one is almost there. So they're basically nowhere near the cosh, and really out of the game. That's the risk. Lovely line.
Yeah, just call on. And this is the difference between these two teams at the moment. Alison is outpointing Sue, and Adele hasn't missed yet.
I don't think Adele's missed.
And has shot out 3 or 4 beautiful bulls. So so far the ladies with the Tropicana shirts are playing over the Bull Artist ladies.
What a super shot.
Superb
that
pointing.
Is a beautiful shot. So the only thing I'd say here, having made a point about where Ariane's bulls are, is that Sue's bull is again almost attached to the cosh, or which is sometimes called or le bouchon, which is the jack as well, and so, which is why they use the term embouchonnade, meaning basically almost attached to the touching the cosh, which means that if it is shot, it will move. The cosh will move as well, and the question will be how far it moves, and it could indeed
come to Ariane's bull. You're right.
Ariane's bull's back in play.
So they're a little bit unsure of who's got the point, so they've called on the very experienced umpire in Peter to determine who's got the point. He's going to get out his protractor measuring, because it's very tight, and he will let us know who has the point.
When there is normal play here in the national championships, where there is a team of trained, accredited umpires that roam across this park and are available to players who raise their hands and call for the umpire. And then there's measuring or adjudication that takes place. For a final, a referee is allocated, an umpire is allocated, and we're lucky enough to have Pete helping us out today. But a shout out to all the umpires who do a great job.
It's a tireless, unthankful job.
I don't know. I always thank the umpire.
Well,
you're very rude, Chris.
I beg your pardon. Yeah, unfortunately, that was Adele's first miss, and has taken out Alison's ball. But she's shaking it off, and and going to go again. We're right in line with this shot, so this will be good to see the direction as it comes out. Oh, it was in line, Sebastian, but slightly over, and that has just changed that whole perspective of that end.
Yep.
Alison put a beautiful ball.
Yep.
Ariane missed twice.
Yep.
And then Sue Begley came and pointed near the jack.
Yep.
And has totally changed the aspect of this end.
Yeah. Very true. In the space of 4 balls.
Yes.
It's a terrific mix, this game of as I said, of skill and luck and tactics and strategy.
But
it's terrific.
Adele's holding no fears, and she will try with her third ball to try and shoot Sue out. Oh, great connection.
Oh, superb shot. Absolutely superb.
Great connection there by Adele.
And again, was able to leave the cosh where it was and leave Alison's ball as the holding ball.
So, tactical decision here to point, because the bull artist ladies have holding 2 seconds. There was an option to shoot that bull, but they've chosen to point to see if they can regain it. And has done so.
Yeah, I think it's really important. They would have thought to get a foothold now in this game and try and win this end, even if it's just a single point.
And Alison and Adele have chosen to shoot a 4th ball. Of course, Alison predominantly a pointer, but definitely can shoot. Oh,
so it's not a matter of Chris Boudin being a mind reader. He was able to immediately discern that Alison was going to shoot then, because Adele came and just flattened the area in front of the target bull, which you're allowed to do, and that makes it more likely that there won't be any deviation as the ball arrives at the target bull, as the shot comes to the target bull, and will stay straight and hit its target. Last bull now. Oh, what a lovely shot.
Oh, superb.
What a lovely shot.
Superb pointing.
What a lovely shot. They, at this stage, refuse to relinquish their grip on this final. Alison and Adele.
The ladies are having not a laugh, but they're just happy to be in the final. They're just
taking in the final and performing at this standard.
And it's just taking this opportunity to enjoy what the experience, like you're saying.
Yeah. Be a great time for Ariadne to hit.
Oh,
and she did so.
I think she's no idea.
She's done just. How did she do that and not move the cosh?
I don't know.
That's extraordinary.
That's where theory and talent are different. I have the theory, not so much the talent.
Well, that was that was a very important moment, I think, in this game, where rather than Alison and Adele continuing to build a lead and control the cosh, with that just gentle touch on that holding ball, Ariane was able to bring Suze in and count 1 point for Bull Artiste. So the score now is 5-1 to Adele and Alison, rather than 6-0.
Yeah, and Ariane's decided to go cross court between the two pists, about 7 metres, and looking for a good ball here by Sue to put pressure on their opposition.
It's a quirk of our game that people will be able to sort of make a suggestion about how far things are just with their eyes, but after you've thrown the cosh, nearly everybody paces it out just to be double sure.
Yeah, so I'll let Sue play her shot here.
So first ball, fourth end.
Nice pointing by Sue.
superb.
So what that means is if you throw the cochonnet and you're not sure of the length, even though you think it may be over the 6 qualifying metres, if you throw your first ball and the opposition aren't sure of the length, they're able to actually measure the cochonnet, and if it's within that 6 metres, that first ball and cochonnet has to be rethrown. So there's a tactical thing there, whether you let your opponent just play or determine if it's legal length before the first ball's played.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. What a
Nice
beautiful
pointing
shot.
there.
Oh, that's superb. So Suze was a great start, but with a flick of the wrist, Alison's just beaten it. Just further to Chris's point about the measuring, part of the umpire's kit is a really long tape measure, so to the other way to see if a ball is within 10 metres or too far. So Ariane to shoot.
Oh, nice connection. I think she's warming up. Sebastian, she has that steely, determined look on her face.
Yeah. So that's just a slight danger sign, even though Adele and Alison are at this stage able to meet every challenge.
That's right.
The last 2 balls Ariane's thrown have both been important and both been hits.
Let's see if Alison can replicate her first shot. Oh, that one's gone long.
So that must be the first time for a little while that Alison and Adele have thrown and not either hit or held.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we should bring out a T-shirt, hit or held Petanque. That'd be nice.
I'm fairly sure Graham Smith might already own one.
Oh, he's got a few shirts in his closet. Well, that one's come to the right and circumnavigated the globe to get around there, but he thinks it's gone a bit long.
Adele just said it was just too long, so that's Alison's third. So the bull count at this stage is 4 remaining for Bull Artiste, and now Adele has 3. It is a really significant matter when you are playing Petanque to try to keep count of how many bulls are left for each player or each side.
Ooh, not a real good bounce there by Adele. She's just going to reassess the length and the direction and see if she can come in.
Yeah, that one bobbled away. So again, a little bit of danger here. The front door is still open. When I say the front door, I mean that basically Alison and Adele's bulls are all behind the cosh, which means that the front of the cosh is open. The only way that Adele and Alison's balls would count is if the cosh moved, which is always not overly likely.
She'd love a bull in front here, Sebastian.
Bull in front.
Oh, unfortunately, that's gone left. The Gauls are not their bet. Started off really well with Alison's first ball, but Ariane has changed up this end by connecting with her first bull, and unfortunately the ladies have not been able to enter. This last bull is crucial to try and get in front here.
Yeah.
Oh, superb point.
That is a great point.
And I think the option for Ariane's team to go cross court has just played with the other lady's mind a little bit. Potentially there's a harder surface in the middle there that you need to negotiate. Let's see if Ariane can connect here.
Yeah. If she can, then it may mean a strong multiple point opportunity.
Yeah, there's also an option that the jack might move. Just over.
Just over. I could see that land with a puff of smoke, puff of dust.
She's just going to reload and shoot her third ball. Mem plus, same place.
Same place, yeah. It's frustrating for bull artists. You can see there's 4 bulls of Alison and Adele's that are almost in a straight line, and they're all behind the cosh. But the one that matters is Adele's, which is just behind the cosh itself. So Sue's is second.
I think Sue's going to attempt a shot as well, Sebastian.
Oh, she's an accomplished shooter. She has managed to hit her own bull out, but come to rest on Adele's.
A bit of luck there.
Bit of luck. I mentioned that intoxicating mix.
Absolutely. He went to church this morning and made a few prayers before the game, and beautiful. Well, not beautiful. A lucky shot, but you'll take it.
Yeah. Again, that happens in Petanque.
Oh.
And then to rub salt in the wounds,
she pointing by Sue
brilliantly for 2 points.
And that now brings the score to
it's 5-3.
5-3. I just wanted to mention Alison Petersen is wearing an Aussie Petanque hat. Of course, that's another channel promoting the sport of Petanque in Australia. So go over and check that page out. Plenty of Petanque content over there. Quality streaming. Aussie Petanque on YouTube.
Ariane surveying where she wants to throw the cosh. Again, going across court to emphasise Chris's point that he made about the fact that I think the bull artists see an advantage here about going across based on the fact that their pointing was so strong in that last end in comparison to Adele and Alison's. But gee, what a funny turnaround that was when Sue hits the wrong ball, but it comes up good. You know, that's Petanque, c'est la pétanque.
Yeah. There's also, an option that she could have hit the wrong ball and taken out her own ball and given the other team 3 points. So.
Just a little long, but pretty good. It's noticeable to me, anyway, that Sue's throwing much higher than we saw in the semi-final yesterday, where the trajectory seemed to be much lower.
That's right.
It might just be that she's more confident, or has changed her style for
today. Or she's obviously played on the ground before and adjusted.
Yeah. Looks like
nice point there by Alison.
Perfect length, just a little bit to the right, but it doesn't look as though it's close enough for Ariane to consider shooting. She still thinks that her pointer, Sue, can get closer than that.
Yes.
Let's see if she can.
Yeah, I'd like to mention also there's an opportunity for you to put a chat, some comments in the chat. Get in and support your teammate from Bull Artiste, Capital Petanque, or Newcastle Petanque, or friends and family. It's good to get the comments from the people at home.
It's interesting again, having just spoken about that trajectory, that one really spat out and came low.
But she changed, she went lower like you were saying, and I thought she would just continue to play high.
Yeah. So this is Sue's third and final bull for this fifth end, and she'd love this one to be inside Alison's. A nice balanced position there in the ring. Again, goes low and is effective.
Beautiful bull in front.
That looks effective. Ariadne certainly thinks it holds. It is it is a funny thing how often that third bull does the job. So just to be clear for people, when you're playing singles or doubles in Petanque, you play with 3 bulls. Yeah, each team here, as you can see, each player has 3 bulls. When you're playing in triples, you only get 2 bulls each, so the whole team gets 6 bulls. And I can tell you that sometimes when you just play with 2, the absence of that third bull is, you feel that very strongly.
It's like a child that's left home and you're wondering where it is. Nice pointing by Alison. Yes, I just want to reiterate this is the final of the ladies Principale ladies doubles here at the Nationals here in NOVAR Gardens. And Adele's just going to check to see if they've regained the point.
Any particular? So my family, I think, who are down at North Durras enjoying the south coast of New South Wales, and I'm glad that they're listening in.
Is there a few Rosenbergs around there, Sebastian?
You know, wherever you look.
Oh.
So.
Oh, nice connection there by Ariadne. Was successful in taking both bulls out.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot. So
beautiful shooting.
That was the only thing about Alison's bull then, was that it was adjacent to her first one, which meant that Ariadne had a bigger target to shoot.
That's right. Let's see if Alison can come in with her third bull.
Just wide.
Just wide, yes.
So, yeah, so I just want to say thanks to my family too for letting me be here for this week, both to play and to be with you guys to commentate. It's lots of fun, and I miss them. I'm looking forward to seeing them on Tuesday.
Yeah, same here. I brought part of my family, left my kids at home, and wanted to thank my in-laws as well, and happy Easter to my boys.
So Adele now to try to, I think she'd be looking to defend here. Remember, we've got an array of bulls and they're all behind the cosh. There's only one bull in front of the cosh.
It'd be good here if she could come close to Sue's bull, just to make it more difficult for them to get points. Not a bad bull in front, just short.
Just short.
I think she's got one more bull to go. And Ariadne's holding 2 bulls in hand.
And I think I can see Adele's got one in each hand, so it's she's 2 bulls left. So
thank you for that correction.
No worries. So it's 2 and 2, but
Alison's giving her an option of either side.
She straddled the cosh and showed her the drop zone to say, this is where I want him.
Ooh,
just too long.
I think 100% that the tactics from the ladies from Bull Arch is to go cross court has unsettled this team.
Well,
nice ball.
So much for unsettling. That was a lovely shot.
I think to be honest with you, Sebastian, that's a perfect shot because it collet was stuck attached to Sue's bull.
Yep.
Hard to shoot because then both bulls would move.
Split.
So the option here is potentially just to try and point round.
Yeah.
So that was a perfect ball there by Adele.
Yep. Yeah, that just makes it a bit more difficult. So there's. I think it's pretty clear that Bull Artiste hold, so there's a 1 point here, but the question is, how do they make any more? It looks like Ariadne's going to shoot
without risking giving the point away. Yes.
Oh, she's points, and she got caught in the traffic, in the shrapnel that lay in front of the cosh.
I think they're going to be cautious here, Sebastian, and potentially just try and point to that right-hand side.
Yeah.
If you get two, you get two, but not unsettle the head.
It's just interesting that the bull on the right-hand side, however, is Adele's, so she would not want to push it forward.
That's right. And of course, cosh control, as we mentioned previously a few times, is very important. So taking 1 point or giving points away, they prefer to keep the jack.
That looks short.
Yeah.
I just say the discretion's a better part of valor.
Yes, I think that was cautious.
Yeah, I think deciding to hold what we have. I think that's what they decided.
Yep, exactly.
Because 5-4 looks a lot better, or 4-5 looks a lot better than 3-6.
That's right. That's right.
So that's the score. It's Alison and Adele are 5, and Sue and Ariane are 4. And it's just, I don't know about you, but I just feel like this game is now entering into its most tight, tense phase. It's been very interesting how, as you said, Alison and Adele got away to a fast start, and now Sue and Ariane just starting to put the squeeze on.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they've not continued to go cross court, Sebastian. They've gone to the left extremities where the dead bull line. So just wanted to make sure everyone understands from home. We are playing on the 2 piss. That left-hand line is a dead bull line. If the ball goes outside that line, it is dead.
It's removed from the game.
So they're playing with a bit of risk. But also what it does do is put pressure on the opposition team not to go out. So mentally, tactically, it's in a hard location. But these ladies are at the top level here, being in the final, so we'll see what happens.
I'd also say that when Alison and Adele have thrown the cosh, it's tended to be something more like 7 metres. We're looking here, and I just counted Sue's steps as she moved away from us towards the cosh. It was 9. So it's a long way. Yes.
Yeah, a tactical decision to go further. Bit of a wrist play there by Sue. It's looking, if that was the cosh was in the middle of the piss, that wouldn't necessarily be a good ball. But because the caution is located on that left-hand sideline, it's good because the opposition team have to play with a bit more risk and come closer to the jack, with the option of potentially going out.
So closer to the jack, meaning also closer to the peril of the dead bull line.
Peril's the perfect word.
Yeah. So she's got to take it on, though. And she does.
Yep.
And successfully. Both bulls sort of peeled away to the right. So I can sort of see there's a slight incline, as there's a dip in the middle of this piece. It's hard to describe, but because it is undulating.
It's like an amber, isn't it? Sort of.
Yeah.
To the left.
So it's almost as if you need to actually start directly at the cosh, and then the ball will move slightly to the right. Let's see if that happens with Sue now. Oh, she took it on directly, went straight to the cosh, and it bounced actually slightly to the left and hung in.
I think she metaphorically pulled the handbrake on that one.
Yes.
And
she went into a full fetal position sort of thing to make it stop.
And it's just pulled up on the line. Risky play, but superb pointing.
Yeah, so Adele just indicating with a foot where she'd love this ball to go. Let's see if Alison can comply. That looks...
Yeah, no one's...
It looked as though it looked to me as though it went out but came back in again. So and that's indeed what is the case.
And Eagle Eye, umpire Peter Beaumont's
standing right
on the line. Of course, the umpire needs to make a decision if the ball goes out and back in, if he's viewing it. So if he's not watching the game and he's watching another game, the determination if the ball goes out or not cannot be corrected by both players. It has to be seen by the umpire to deem it to go out.
That's interesting. Thanks, Chris. Yeah. Otherwise, how would the umpire know?
That's right.
Yeah. So Alison's last ball here. That's not a bad one. It's short and left.
I think she played with a slight hesitation not to go out.
Yeah.
And of course, that's what we were mentioning before, that through the bulls, that this is why they threw the questionnaire there to put a bit of pressure on the team.
Yeah, yeah. So there's just some questions being asked here now of Alison and Adele, and it's lovely to see that, you know, they're still enjoying the experience of being in the final,
That's
which
right.
is, you know,
Wonderful.
Wonderful. It's wonderful. And look, I think it is something about the spirit too of Petanque and of this national festival of Petanque that we have here. So Adele now to play. Oh, she's got that one tracking beautifully.
Oh,
what
beautiful
a
shot there by Adele.
What a lovely
Magnificent
shot. That's
pointing.
a superb shot. Absolutely superb shot. And Ariadne is a very good shooter and doesn't mind the length and so on. But it is the case that shooting at 9 meters is tough in comparison to 6 meters. So let's see if she can span this distance.
And it's also in line with her own ball.
Yeah, good point. Oh. So the point that Chris was just making then was that if Ariadne was to hit Adele's ball front on, if you like, it might rush backwards, be kicked backwards, and actually knock out Sue's ball, her teammate's ball. But she wasn't able to hit on that occasion.
Let's see with the second shot.
Oh, just one just to the right and one just to the left.
It's amazing how quickly perspective changes. The bull artist ladies were in front in this end and looking good, and it just takes one bull from Adele to change that whole perspective.
Oh, what a shot.
Nice pointing
what
there
a shot
by Sue.
From Sue.
I'd like to see if that ball... No, it's still in.
It's
so
still in.
Adele's second ball is still in.
It'd be interesting to know if it's second or if it's third.
I think it is second because she's just patted down in front of Sue's ball.
So which means it indicates she's going to
shoot. Yes.
Yeah. So there must be some chance here that the cosh might also move. It's that front ball of Sue's, which is holding, is quite close, and so the cosh may move. Let's see. What a shot! What a shot!
Superb, Caro.
That is incredible.
That was amazing.
So Adele has thrown the ball 9 meters on the full and landed with a perfect spot carro, replacing its target ball.
Amazing.
That was absolutely remarkable. That's
a shot of the game.
That's a shot of the day.
Shot of the game. It is amazing carro.
Amazing
beautiful
carro.
9 meter spot carro.
Really something. That's breathtaking.
We're sitting here shocked by that shot. It was superb.
Ariadne probably now needs to try to just point to cover up.
Ooh. Ooh.
Just remove the ring, but it was marked.
Peter's just gone over just to
make sure
that it's so. For viewers at home that don't know, the circle needs to be marked, a line in front, a line to the side, just so that if it does get moved, it can be relocated in the exact spot that it's supposed to be.
I just, I know I'm just, speculating here, but it's unusual that Ariadne would pick the circle up. And I think she might just be a little flustered after seeing that fabulous shot.
Yeah, she not only the fabulous shot by Adele, but then her ball wasn't good.
Oh, that looks very good. And maybe just short. They're just checking.
What an end by Adele, by Alison.
Spectacular.
Three amazing points by the ladies.
Incredible. What a shot from Adele Smith. That is Well, that's seismic in this final. It's now 8-4, just to clarify, to Alison and Adele over Ariane and Sue.
To take a, sorry to interrupt you,
No, you're right.
Sebastian. To hit a ball is one thing. To make a carro, superb. It just changes everything, and she was able not only then to make the carro, point in and get 3 on that tight little cluster near the line. Quality Petanque.
So it's a physics thing that if you throw the ball in the right way and it lands on the target ball in the right way, it's like, as we were talking about before, it's like the waiter pulling the tablecloth and leaving all the
magician,
the cutlery and the glassware on the table unmoved. It's
superb.
It's extraordinary, and to see that was a privilege, and I'm really wonderful.
Absolutely.
And to do it in a final. And then to follow up with being right in front of the gosh. Gee whiz, Adele and Alison are really showing some
tenacity,
tenacity, resilience, and class.
They started well. The ladies from Bullartis came back, and Alison and Adele have regained
that momentum.
Correct.
So pressure now back on Ariane. And she responds with an absolutely superb spot carro.
This final is
lifting.
firing. I'm excited. Sebastian,
boy.
2 carros in 2 ends, spot carros. Amazing.
Tim, I hope you've got that on replay, and viewers can have another look at that, because that's the epitome of shooting. It doesn't get any better than that.
Oh, amazing, beautiful carro.
Just wide that time.
Just wide.
I don't know about you. I was a bit disappointed. I was expecting there to be another carro. What's going on? It's just a garden variety near miss.
Yeah, that looked like me shooting, Sebastian.
I just think, to be able to pull out performances like this under the pressure of a final is really it's something. It's really something.
Yeah. To see 2 back to back, amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if Alison can...
So it's interesting, they have only chosen to shoot 1 ball, however, at the moment. They hold an 8-4 lead, Adele and Alison.
Yeah, they could have...
potentially shot another one?
Yeah.
But their tactics are that they want to start to close the end off, perhaps. Oh, beautiful play.
Nice ball there by Alison.
Beautiful play.
Made connection with Ariane's ball, and they're just going to check to see who's got the point. As we reached the 52nd minute of play, just reiterating that this is an untimed final. The horn will go off at the 60-minute mark for other games that are surrounding, but we'll be playing to 13 here on show court 35.
So a measure there doesn't yield any joy for Alison and Adele.
It's still a great ball, though.
It's a very good ball. Yeah, it doesn't hold, but it's in a great spot. And still, interestingly, Chris, I don't know what you think about this, but yeah, it's choosing not to shoot.
Yeah, I would have gone with another go, considering she made a beautiful carro there before, holding an 8-4 lead. But it's okay, because they're being a little bit cautious. They want to try and restrict the opposition from making points.
Yeah. Oh, that looks right on the money. Good Lord.
Superb pointing.
I mean, we've got a great view of that, and it didn't look like missing at any stage. There's 20 centimetres, 15 centimetres for two front balls. She navigated that gap, and has come straight to.
Why shoot
cosh.
When you can do that?
Why shoot when you can do that?
Amazing pointing.
She's rolled, and that is a resting toucher, as they'd say in lawn bowls, and there's no doubt that if Ariane is able to hit it, that cosh, I think, might hit Chris Boudin in the forehead.
I've got my hands up. I'm at slips.
I think it might hit
second slip, and we'll see if I can catch
Chris
it.
In between the eyes. Whoa!
Oh, casquette.
Casquette, that was so unlucky. So she's just, the casquette means that rather than hitting the front of the ball, you hit just the top of the ball and slide off it. And she was only able to move it slightly. So Alison's ball still holds.
They really should mark the jack here, and ARIADNE is going to do that, because when the jack gets moved, it is up to the team playing to remark the jack. It is a legal requirement as part of the rules. Peter Beaumont is just eagerly watching that, the umpire, but we'll see what she does with her second shot.
Oh, another beautiful shot.
Great connection, but the jack's been located for a second time to that sideline. They're just going to see who's got the shot.
It looks like it's ARIADNE's balls from when she's shot actually hold at the back here, but we can see quite clearly that there'd be the maybe 1.5 meters, something like that, maybe even slightly more, that ADELE and ALISON can use to hold a shot. And again, the cosh is adjacent to a line, but it's the midline, if you like, so there's no danger of the ball being dead.
That's right.
Oh, what a beautiful point. What
superb pointing by ADELE. Superb.
What, absolutely superb. So the cosh is now probably the best part of 9 or 10 meters from the ring, and ADELE is 5 centimeters from the cosh. It's pointing and shooting of the highest order.
Very high quality game here, and that's why these ladies are in the final. They've played all their qualifying games yesterday, woke up fresh, and has played amazingly well in this game.
Sue's really going to want to just be on the back of that ball if possible. Cover up. She's thrown it high and long. She was shooting. Yeah, I beg your pardon.
Well, she's got 3 balls, so
and ADELE has 1. So yeah, it was certainly worth having a shot.
I think she's going to go again.
I think they're going to go again. Sue has 2 balls. ADELE has 1. Just limbering up. Make sure her shoulders are nice and loose. Takes aim.
Oh, great connection.
Shot.
Great connection there by Sue.
Superb shot. So, you know, again, you're talking about throwing the ball. It's about 700 grams, and you're talking about controlling its trajectory over 9-10 meters to hit another ball, which is about, you know, it's really tremendous. And
also you got to hope for a clean bounce as well.
Yeah.
To be able to have a good connection. So.
And as you can see, that Sue got one there, which meant that the target ball left the vicinity, but her own ball stayed close to the cosh, so she holds.
Oh, that one's gone.
Just wide.
Just wide. So the ladies from Bull Artis, Sue and ARIADNE, are holding the one shot.
This has been a really interesting end with the cosh moving twice, and people having to readjust to different lengths and throw different styles to different terrains.
So tactically they could shoot ADELE's ball and potentially bring a third in, but they're going to take the option to point to see if they can get 2 points on the board.
Is that close enough? They're just checking.
From my point of view, I think there's 2.
And ADELE,
they're just going to confirm with the opposition. 2 points. 2 points for ARIADNE and Sue.
So the score is 8-6 now to ALISON and ADELE over Sue and ARIADNE.
This final could go either way, Sebastian.
What a cracking game. Absolutely cracking
game. The 4 ladies are trading blows, and
each end has been
It's been
amazing.
Yeah, each end has been quite a roller coaster, hasn't it? With pointing and shooting of the highest order. No, it's been great to watch so far. So that was the 7th end, and so here we are at the 8th end, and we now sort of resume a little the cross-court tactic, which Chris, you felt maybe worked well for Sue and Ariadne previously.
It beared some fruit for them in that sort of middle section of this game. Just want to make sure that everyone knows that we're playing to 13. The horn has gone off. That's for other games surrounding this final. Let's see if Sue can point her first ball and put some pressure.
Kosh is about 7 metres away from Sue.
Nice pointing by Sue.
She went to the crouching position. People tend to do that often with Koshes that are closer. That can sort of get a better feel for the terrain, maybe a better level of control over where the ball goes, and certainly that paid off for Sue then, rather than playing from the standing position. So here's a comparison now with Alison.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go with a shooting option here. Oh, just short.
That's a couple of times, isn't it?
Yeah, I just thought that there was an option there to shoot. I mean, Adele's been shooting well.
So well.
But no, they've taken the safer option to try and come in. Alison's ball was perfectly in line, just a little bit short.
Not a great
bounce there.
So I just want to add to that, Chris. You know, there's two things about that. I mean, the shooting rather than pointing, particularly if your shooter's hot, and Adele's been really hot, so it's worth doing. But then the second thing is that Alison's ball's now right in front, sort of thing, which means that if they were to change their mind and try to shoot, then it's an added difficulty for the shooter to try to get past the first ball and hit the target ball.
Let's see if she can make a connection with her own and come in here. Oh, she does so.
She does exactly that. Is it far enough?
They're just going.
Not
Adele's
far
just having
enough.
a look.
Shake of the head there.
Just wanted to say hello to my bro Dennis in the chat from home. Happy Easter to Dennis and his troop of little ladies. Hopefully the Easter Bunny bought some eggs.
That was a great call of yours, Chris, to try to promote that front ball, and it was a shame that while she succeeded, it still lies in second place. It's just behind Sue's first point.
What would you do here,
well,
Sebastian?
one of the options is a sort of a shot onto Alison's first point, which might cannon through and push Sue's out of the way. That's one option. I think that's sort of what they were trying, a hard point, if you like.
Yeah, I'm not trying to question their tactics there in the final, but I thought they would have gone for a shot first of all.
Yeah, 8-6 up.
8-6 up.
Shooter in form.
Yeah, but in saying that, they've clustered around here, so it's going to be difficult for the Pilates ladies to make points unless they... touched the jack and gone through.
That looks good. Is that enough to hold? The Kosher's moved?
I think it's long. She's just going to check.
Yeah, check.
So tactically here, Adele has one ball. If they don't have the point, she's going to try again to try and enter Alison's front ball. So tactically, for the team from the other side, Ariadne, the only way that they can make points if they separate. So Adele does hold. So she's going to.
I think the tactic here would obviously be for Ariadne to shoot that last ball and hold again. Sue's ball is in second position, so if she can remove that ball, her team will hold. Which she does.
She does.
Beautiful shot.
The other option that she could have done there was shot Alison's front ball, open the game up. Of course, Adele's only got one ball left, and then see what happens with the potential jack relocation.
Yeah, very good point.
So let's see where Adele throws her last ball. Just wanted to give a shout out to a couple of legends in the chat, two of Pétanque Australia's prominent players, Jessen from Melbourne, and Scott, where's that ball gone? Clark from Newcastle. Good morning. It's good that you're watching. Hopefully we'll see you next year.
That ball just went left, so it leaves Sue's ball as the holding ball. The question is, and again, this is where tactics become and strategy becomes so important. You think, well, how do we make more points? We've got 3 balls.
I think she's got to shoot Alison's front ball.
Yeah.
And then reassess after that.
Yeah.
If she can make great single connection here. Oh, she does.
I think she's pushed it forward. I think that Alison's ball holds now.
Yeah, that was the risk, but with so many balls in hand, you have to go for it. So she is going to shoot for the 3rd time.
And knowing that Sue's ball is in second. So it's worth it.
So just
oh yes, that never looked like missing.
Beautiful shot there by
a
beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot. It had a lovely arc and great connection, as my friend Chris would say.
So Sue's holding 2 balls. Let's see if she can get a 2nd point.
So the front ball you can see is Alison's, but the holding ball is her own. So she needs to navigate that front area. You can see where Ariadne's indicating with a foot. That looks close.
I think it's short. I think it's short.
Yep. Right line.
Perfect line.
I guess there's a question now about if they choose to shoot.
I don't think they'll shoot because they've got the point. It's a risk of taking their own ball out.
Yeah.
I think their option is to play in that same line, get a touch, and potentially bring both balls in.
Yeah. In fact, Ariadne said exactly that, Chris. Ariadne said, not too hard, on your own ball, see if you can bring them both in. That's exactly what Chris said.
Oh, she's parted the seas. Moses has parted the seas and she's gone straight through the middle.
That's 2 points.
Now we're on parity. Sebastian, 8-all.
Well, and that's really, for the first time, the Bull Artistes have clawed their way back to parity, and it makes for a superb climax to this game. It's 8-all.
Yeah, hoping to see some more chat from Bull Artist supporters back home. Meredith, if you're in the chat, say hello. And obviously Newcastle and Capital Petanque.
That was lovely comment you made there about just trying to push that front ball, because that's exactly what Ariadne said. Honestly, Chris, sometimes it seems like you might know what you're talking about.
I've got all theory, not necessarily the practical side. They've gone cross court again, Sebastian. They're continuing with that tactic, that theme.
8 meters or so, maybe again slight, mid-length, maybe slightly longer than Alison and Adele might play. I think that's twice now we've noted that there have been opportunities for Adele and Alison to shoot a good first ball by Sue that they've chosen to point instead.
Yeah.
And overall, you'd have to say probably hasn't worked.
Yeah, it's strange because they were confident with their shooting and doing really well with their shooting. Why play that cautious way? I think.
Well, Sue's just put that on the cosh again. It looks like this time they are.
I think they're going to pull the trigger. Yeah, for sure.
there's a saying or a phrase in French which is ingagnable, meaning it's not possible to win that point by pointing. You've really got to shoot.
Let's see if she can replicate that carrow from previous then. Ooh, it was in line, Sebastian. I thought out of the hand it looked good. On some of these surfaces here, if you get a little bit of softer stuff, that would have been able to slide in to the object ball. Unfortunately, it hit a hard patch and jumped.
It's probably 20 centimetres in front, something like that. So, again, just slightly short.
Yeah, I think. Oh no, they've gone to Alison and see
what do you
if she
think
can.
of that, Chris? Would you shoot twice?
I'd go again, but they're a little bit been a little bit hesitant.
Bit gun shy.
But there is an option here for Alison to come sit on Sue's ball, so we'll see what happens.
That's close. That's
close. A good ball in front.
Beautiful ball. So, as the point I was trying to raise just before is that if, for example, Adele was to change her mind now and say, I'm going to shoot, the added complexity is she'd have to come over the top of Alison's ball and rather than just have a clean shot at it, and that's a thing for shooters.
But I think it's also good because mentally in your mind you know that you have to lift your ball, and like lifting the ball will help you shoot.
Let's see if she can do it.
Oh, very close.
The shape of that was good, eh?
Yeah.
And she was adjacent, so the length was perfect. Yeah, you can see the hole in the ground. It's about 5 centimetres to the left of the target ball.
Let's
so
see.
She did manage to jump to surmount her Alison's ball, but just was not straight.
Let's see if Alison can replicate her first ball and maybe come against Sue's. Ooh, just gone left.
Yeah, it wasn't the best bounce. And look, you know, we're sitting here looking at the undulations, and you can see larger rocks and things like that. And again, that they all play a part when your ball makes contact with the earth. You want it to go straight, but it doesn't always. That's another good ball.
Yeah, it's people at home might viewing this might think, oh well, it's short, it's not part of the game, but I disagree. I think it's a great blocker shot. It's stopping the opposition from coming straight for the jack, so they've got to come slightly wide, so that may bring their ball out of contention. So it's not a bad shot. It's a Frank Romani boule d'avant. So yeah, not bad.
So look, I think the other thing, just to again clarify, is that Alison and Adele have now thrown 5 bulls, and Sue and Ariane have thrown 1. So it's really about defending.
That's right.
And again,
nice ball by Adele. That's a nice ball in front.
You're trying to build a bit of a defensive wall here. Even if you're not holding, you're trying to make it as complicated as possible for the opposition to score more than 1.
So I think what Ariane's going to do is try and open the door, so to speak, and take that middle ball for them to be able to try and point through the middle.
Gee whiz, that was
just
close.
In front.
That was close, yeah.
I don't think she's going to be gun shy. She's going to go again for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, the perfect shot here is a carro to get the 2 points, and Sue then has 3 balls to point.
2 balls. That's her ball there.
Oh, okay.
So she's got.
Correction.
But yep, that's the play. Well, that's also not a bad option, because the kosh has moved probably only 20 centimetres, something like that, but it's further away from the wall that Adele and Alison had built at the front, and it means that there's a little bit more space to go around that wall to score multiple.
Yeah, and so Sue's has the ability to come slightly wider now and try and add a point here.
You can see where
Adele.
You can see where Ariane's foot is. Yeah, that looks close. It may be just wide.
It's worth a measure.
Ariane's not sure. Maybe. they're coming to have a look.
We've still got 2 balls to play.
Whatever happens, this is a moment, because after this end, at this stage anyway, Bull Artiste will be leading for the first time. And
Yeah,
that's
you're right.
That's a moment. The question is by how much?
Oh, that one's gone wide.
That one's too wide, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see all the different clubs' shirts surrounding Novar Gardens, isn't it, Sebastian? Yeah, all colourful shirts representing their clubs. Like I said, there's clubs all over Australia and every territory. I see over there some Dove Petanque shirts, Aussie Petanque YouTube channel shirts, and
Newcastle,
and yeah,
weird entertainers.
Yeah, good to see so many different clubs represented here.
Yeah, I just want to mention too that the community of Petanque, which you and I enjoy so much, and people are playing together in teams from different clubs.
Yes.
Which is also a lovely thing. They're not just playing in the club; they're playing with mates from other clubs.
Yeah.
ARIADNE now to point in. High, but a little short.
Oh, she may have cut one down here.
Not sure. That front ball of Adele's has moved forward.
It moved. Whether they get the tape out and
Have
check.
a look. So one definitely counts. Umpire Peter Beaumont just standing by in case there's a formal assessment that's needed.
And of course, Peter has been the chair of the Umpires Commission for a long time, stepping down here after this Nationals. Has been a great servant to Petanque in Australia.
Just the one.
1 point for the ladies from Bull Artiste, and they take a lead of 9-8. All other games surrounding this final has finished. So what that does also is that they get to come and watch the completion of this final. Oh, that's gone long. I think that's very close to the extremities of 10. Big steps there by ARIADNE
to get it to qualify. It looks long.
They might, I think, Adele has called for Peter to bring up the tape.
So it's 9-8 to Sue and ARIADNE, and Bull Artiste lead for the first time in this final, and we're in the 10th end. And this game has been going for how long now?
I think it's long. I think those first 2 steps by ARIADNE was slightly large to try and qualify the 10. We're going for an hour and 17 minutes,
wow.
Sebastian. But yeah, we'll be playing to the 13th point here.
That ball the cosh was thrown illegally. It then falls to the opposition team that are able to not throw the cosh again. They can actually place it, and again, it's provided they place it within the legal dimensions between 6 and 10.
And they've gone just over the 6 metre mark.
So again, quite a difference between the approach of the two teams.
That's right. So Adele and Alison have chosen to go on the single pitch, which they had more success with. Let's see what happens here.
Sue BEGLEY to start this 10th end. Crouches, that lovely balanced position she assumes.
Nice roll of the ball.
Nice roll.
Jack high.
I would have said sort of started left, stayed left.
Yeah, there was.
Got the length was perfect.
Yeah, the direction didn't change.
Yeah, just stayed straight. So there's a little bit of room here for Alison, and let's see if she can get inside Sue's first ball and hold.
I don't know. Oh, just short there by Alison.
and sort of fizzed a bit when it landed, maybe found a softer patch,
Yeah.
and the ball just didn't roll.
I think she was a bit cautious of not going too long.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can put her second ball in.
I think the French say fusée when it lands. It's a sort of...
C'est ça.
Whereas that one rolled very obligingly, very nicely.
It went long. I think it's long.
No, I think it's in a holding position. Certainly Adele's very confident.
Yep, you're right, Sebastian.
It looked like it was in danger of rolling out, but it is there, and that's all you need to do to bring the opposition into the circle. So now Ariadne to try to shoot it out. People moving behind.
Yeah, just a bit of movement.
Just to be a bit careful when you are watching Pétanque that you don't get in the line of sight.
Oh, it made a connection. Let's see if it's enough.
They're not confident, I think. They're going to measure. Yeah, I was just saying the people moving behind. It's a little bit like cricket in that, you know, it can affect the batter if someone's moving behind the bowler. Similarly, if a shooter is trying to concentrate and there's people moving around behind their line of vision, it can be off-putting.
It is. It is a distraction because you are trying to have that concentration on that single ball, and if something moves in the background, it sort of diverts your eyes.
So Alison and Adele still hold. The little touch that Ariadne got wasn't enough. So Sue Begley again. That looks just a little bit short, perhaps. A little bit short and left. They're having a look. So Sue's balls are in second and third on the left-hand side, and Alison holds on the right-hand side. Takes a time, has a look, and as a pointer you're really thinking about where do I want my ball to land so that it will roll nicely straight to the kosh. And she's made that one.
Ah, beautiful pointing by Sue.
Beautiful.
Corrected her first, her second shot.
Absolutely beautiful.
Has changed a little bit tactics, stood up. Beautiful ball.
And there was a little puff of dust as it landed. It looked very good, spectacular.
All right, Adele's going to attempt to shoot here. Let's see if she can remove Sue's ball.
Certainly worth shooting. The opposition team have taken more balls to get to this position. Ooh, that could be a problem because that ball was in second. They measured it previously, so what that means is that the boule artiste could potentially be holding two.
That's right.
Maybe even three. It's hard to tell at this stage, but so she's going to shoot again.
Yep.
They have a ball advantage. And she's got
great connection there by Adele.
Great shot.
They're just going to confirm
need to measure now. Yeah.
I think the left ball has the point of boule artiste, so it will be up to Alison to point, but she just wants to make 100%. There's no problems with measuring.
That ball of Alison's has just been nudged twice now, once by Ariadne shooting and once accidentally by Adele shooting, and unfortunately it's moved out of the holding position. So the front door is open as Adele is indicating, and they'd love a one just short and just in front from Alison here.
Just
it's short,
that puff of dust that you mentioned. Unfortunately, Alison caught it. Adele's pumping her partner up, and they're still having a great time.
They're having a great time, yeah. That makes it a little bit more difficult for Adele, who's got to negotiate a bit of a wall. She's got to hand on her hip. She's just going to work out the tactics. She needs to sort of thread the needle here, doesn't she, to get through that little gap between those two front balls and make her way to the cosh.
If she can get through those two balls and sit in front of the jack, it will put maximum pressure on ARIADNE.
Unfortunately, she caught the left hand of those two front balls. So I guess the only thing I'd say here is that there is therefore a bit of shrapnel to get through for the Boule Artiste team to get through to score more points.
I think they're going to go with a shot of Alison's right ball.
Yeah,
and there's a chance to make 3 points.
That would make Sue's count. Sue's balls on the left-hand side of the cosh.
ARIADNE's just waiting for movement.
Yeah, people moving behind. Oh, it wobbled. The ball wobbled, but it didn't move. It was so
that ball
close.
Must be
glued
to the ground because
it's been nailed in.
It's been touched 3 times.
Yeah. It's worth another go here because, as you say, there's a chance to score multiple points for Boule Artiste with the balls on the left.
It's also an opportunity for Carole Gagne.
4
points to win the game.
Yeah. Let's have a look. That one was left.
Yeah, so there was an opportunity there. If ARIADNE had
because
hit with the first ball, she could have pointed for 4 for the win.
It looks like Sue's is just the one. Well, that was a bit of a let off for Alison and Adele. The score is 10-8 to Sue and ARIADNE. They're just checking.
Yeah, it would.
It is just one. So, as you say, all of Sue's balls on the left-hand side may have counted, and that could have been Carole Gagne.
Yes. Yeah, which means the Caro or shoot to win with your ball staying in and around, but she was unsuccessful. So 1 point to Boule Artiste.
So 10-8 to Sue and ARIADNE after 10 ends. So this game's been going for well over an hour, and you know, it's a matter of endurance and stamina, not just
to the players, but to us, the commentators.
But not just the physical side. Obviously, it's the mental side, staying concentrated, keeping your energy up, encouraging your teammate. There's a lot that goes into this, and an hour-long final is it's a grueling affair. So Sue's look here, having a squat down just to have a good look at the terrain. They're going across court again. It looks to be a good 9 meters at least, so a longer end. Nice high lob.
Oh, superb pointing.
Ball. So again, you know, you're talking about throwing the ball 9.5 meters, and Sue is now 30 centimeters from the cosh. It's precision pointing, and it puts a lot of pressure on the opposition.
Especially when the score's 10-8 too,
10-8.
so 3 within striking of winning the title.
Yep. 10-8.
It'd be great here if Alison can put that ball in, sit on Sue's ball.
Coming a little bit too hard. It was interesting to me too that Sue threw that ball, I thought, very freely, maybe for the first time in a little while, gave it a lot of air, and got a very nice bounce, and the result was very pleasing for them.
The other option is for Adele to shoot, but it brings the risk of missing. Let's see if Alison can pull up her second ball. That one's long. Oh, no, it's not long.
Close. It's close.
Beautiful pointing.
Very close. I think it may be 1 or 2 rolls too far.
Adele's just going to check. Again, there's no harm in checking, just to make sure who's got the point.
Worth a check, but unfortunately no joy for Alison and Adele. Again, maybe 1 or 2 rolls too far. It's a good bull. It is behind. So the front door to the cosh is still open.
Yeah, it's imperative.
You can see why Adele's just putting her foot there just to say that would be a great spot. Right in front.
It's imperative that Alison gets in here, Sebastian, to stop the points. Once gone wide again.
Ooh,
oh no! Hang on,
no,
hang on. Hold the phone.
Hold on. No, Adele is very confident that holds. Now, is that not, my imagination that one actually sort of spun back to the right as it arrived, and became the shot bull? So the only thing I'd say here, Chris, is that both of Alison's close bulls there are quite close together.
If she makes connection to the front ball, there's an option that both will
might
go.
hit them both. Oh, she was just to the right. Length was good, but just to the right.
I'd go with pointing here. 2 reasons. If she comes and sits on the jack and moves it, there's 2 points. Sits against Alison ball, there's a point. They had bull advantage, so go for the shot was warranted. If Sue can point in here.
Oh, it's exactly what you suggested, Chris. So she was able to throw straight at the cosh and drag the cosh back to her own bull, and give the team from Bull Artiste 2 points, which of course takes them to the cusp of victory. It's 12-8 par terre, as the French would say, on the ground. But plenty of bulls in hand, and
Adele's been pointing superbly.
She has.
So she's got an option to point again, or take the more aggressive option and try and shoot Sue's bulls, which would give them 2 points.
Or indeed move the cosh again.
Oh, she
shot.
got connection.
Got one of them.
I'm surprised both didn't go.
Me too. Must have hit it sort of towards the edge of the ball, and has removed one of them. There's an argument here, or they're just working out about who holds, but there'd be an argument to shoot again, because
we'll see if they've got the point though, Sebastian.
Yeah, they might hold.
No,
they don't. There's 2 good bulls there, and there'd be an argument to shoot again. Whatever happens, Adele has cut Bull Artiste from 2 points to 1 at this stage, so that's a good thing.
So we have 2 options here. Adele could shoot again, hold 2 points if she's successful, or she could point against Sue's bull and get 3 points.
What's she going to choose to do?
She's pointing.
Oh, what a shot! What a shot!
Superb pointing.
That is
by
incredible.
Adele.
So she's rested. It was a perfect ball, really. She's rested on Sue's ball. I imagine that may be 2 points now to
it was superb.
Adele, and because it's probably shoved Sue's ball out of the way.
It's blocked them from shooting as well.
And it's blocked them from shooting. Oh, that's coming as well. It's just short. It's a beautiful bull, but it's just short.
Beautiful, very high-class petanque.
Look how close they all are. Look
magical pointing and shooting.
At 9 metres. Yeah, I've got
We've got some
Adele,
clowns sitting on the sideline
Adele
here.
Smith's husband Graham at my right shoulder, and he's asking for blood pressure medication, I think, and I can understand why.
But we clearly know who the better player in that family is.
Let's see what Ariane does.
It's a lady in the final.
So what would you do if you're Ariane? Would you point here?
Yeah, you'd have to point. There's too much of a risk of giving 3 away.
Yeah.
I'd point against that front ball and hopefully bring Sue's ball in. It's too risky to shoot, I think.
So this is you're now asking just to gently push a front ball. This is a high skill, 9 meters.
Nice high lob. Oh!
So there would be 5 to 10 centimeters between the cosh and surrounding bulls.
I don't know how that's got through without touching
anything. Has managed to transit Venus style.
I reckon it's
gone right through.
I reckon you throw 10 bulls, and you're not getting through like that.
No, you'd sure you'd hit something. Ariane's next shot. She's just looking to push that front ball. Oh, it just went to the right.
That was the right pressure in pointing.
Yeah.
All she needed is a little
touch. Yeah. No, she's played that beautifully in terms of the length. It was the right weight of shot.
So Alison's got a ball in hand here. Sorry, Adele. It's very risky to come through that middle here and potentially hit Sue's ball.
Yeah.
Conversely, if she can come against her ball that has the shot, there's an opportunity to get 3 or 4 points.
I'm by nature a coward. I would be looking and saying, do I have 1 or 2 now? Maybe I just chuck this one at my own feet and take those points.
I'm equally thinking the same.
Yeah, a 10-8 in a final. She's not doing that.
Oh, what?
That was
a great attempt.
Looked very good.
Oh, Alison's holding 2 fingers up here.
Because that ball did get pushed, and indeed it's agreed.
We're up to parity again.
It's 10-all. What a tremendous game this has been.
A Bexton a light down.
Absolutely tremendous.
Here's Sebastian.
Game.
This is phenomenal.
A superb match. Superb match. Cut and thrust, eh?
This could go either way.
Yeah, cut and thrust. I can't pick a winner here. And both teams have been able to pull out some extraordinary things to counter each other's advantages. So it's been super.
My prediction before the match started was 13-10. I'm not going to tell you who I said won the game, but score off 13-10.
It's still possible.
I'm looking good.
Possible. And just tell me the match time.
We're up to 1 hour and 36 minutes.
Wow, so 96 minutes of action. I have to say it's been an absolute pleasure to watch this game. This has been the highest caliber and a truly great final for this 2026 women's doubles championship.
And both teams deserve the win.
Yeah.
No team has been dominant. No. It's been a ebb and flow.
Yeah, ebb and flow. And when one team's looked as though it might run away, the other team's found a way to counter. It's been terrific. Again, that's a slightly for Adele and Alison, that's maybe a slightly longer cosh than they normally throw. That one looks like it's probably 8.5 meters. They've been throwing more like 7. So it's Sue Begley now to respond to Alison's opening bull. She's probably got 60 centimeters, 70 centimeters to which she navigates without any difficulty. A nice open loop again up in the air and a friendly bounce, and she's now sitting in the shot position 40 centimetres to the right of the cosh.
Just having a look at the skies around here at NOVAR Gardens, we're having a little bit of rain come down, just a little spatter.
A little bit of rain was forecast today.
Yeah. All right, Alison, if she can put a ball in here, that'd be great.
Ooh. Oh. Unlucky. just kissed Sue's ball and pushed it in slightly, so maybe it's now 35 centimetres from the kosh, and Alison's ball sitting on the right. So I think that Adele has decided that those are two quite good balls from Alison, worth defending, and do that best by shooting out Sue's first.
Almost a little bit wide there and almost collected the cautionné. They're just determining what the option here is, whether they shoot again or try and point in.
It's so important to have good communication at all times, but particularly in the furnace of a final at 10-all.
It gives your teammate that confidence.
Yeah. Be great for Alison to get in here.
Oh, a little bit short there, unfortunate.
Short, yeah.
She's not happy with that.
No, not happy with that.
All right, so Adele and Alison have 2 balls remaining. Again, it's 10-all. We played a 13. We'll see if Adele here can point in.
And bearing in mind, Sue and Ariane have only played 1, so they have 5. It's 5 balls to 2, and that ball advantage at all times is critical. But at 10-all in a final,
massive.
So more important than ever that Adele can get to the kosh. Started right, stayed right. I think the length was good, but she's probably a metre to the right.
All right, this is their last ball. Alison's indicating that obviously the best place to put the ball, still having a laugh and enjoying the experience.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can point in.
It's short. It's short.
All right,
so it's 11 on the ground.
11 on the ground.
And Ariane and Sue have 5 balls to make 2 more points.
This is their opportunity to win the game.
Big opportunity
here,
yeah.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
They're just reassessing what the best option to do. I think pointing your 2 balls.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing worth shooting here. No. I don't think. And it looks like they have about, would you say, 40 centimetres, something like that? Maybe a bit more even.
And to win a title, this is the best opportunity to finish it. She takes a deep breath. And settles herself to point, and let's see if she can get in. Superb pointing. Superb pointing.
So that's 12.
So they're on the hill.
This is point à gagner.
Point à gagner. Sue just takes her time. Deep breath.
This to win
Ariane.
The Women's Doubles Championship for 2026.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is.
Winners of the 2026 Ladies Doubles event, Sue Begley and Ariane ERNEST from Bull Artist. Congratulations, what a fantastic final. Adele and Alison should be extremely proud of their efforts. The ladies have brought fire to this tournament. Quality Petanque. I need a drink and a lie down before the next game. Beautiful Petanque here. Want to thank Sebastian, Tim behind the keys, and myself, Chris Bowden, and hopefully we'll be back with the gender men's final. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Chris. And I just want to say, look, you know, that final, it reached some really high heights. You know, that little period in the middle where there was the 2 carreaux in a row, spot carreaux in a row. It was a tremendous game, and Sue and Ariane worthy winners, and I think that Adele and Alison worthy runners-up. Thanks very much, everybody.
Yeah, it's been a great 4 days of Pétanque here at NOVAR Gardens. The facility here is amazing. It has 42 pistes, all different pistes too. Some more rocky than others, and it's been a great tournament so far. And hopefully we're going to get the men's gender doubles, like I was saying, and then we move forward to the diamond, the penultimate triples tournament.
Blue ribbon event.
Blue ribbon is the perfect word, and yeah, we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks, everybody.